have to do something.
Well, good afternoon. We will call this Agenda and Priorities meeting to order for April 7th. It's 3 p.m. and I'll please ask Councillor Messaros to read the land acknowledgement.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. The town of Innisfail acknowledges that we are meeting on Treaty 7 territory, the ancestral and traditional territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Piikani, Siksika, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and Stoney Nakoda First Nation. We acknowledge that this territory is home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3, within the historical Northwest Métis homeland. We acknowledge the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit who have lived in and cared for these lands for generations. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today and those who have gone before us. We make this acknowledgement as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose territory we reside on.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Messaros. Moving on to 2.1, are there any additions or deletions?
Yes, Mayor Barclay, the council, asking council to consider adding to the in-camera agenda operational scan according to MGA section 197.2, Freedom of Information and Privacy Act, section 24.1, please.
Right, thank you. Please have someone make a motion to adopt the agenda as amended. Councillor Bates.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Okay, thanks. Oh, CO Becker.
At the council, we're expecting a delegation today. Obviously, the delegation has not arrived yet, perhaps shortly, but ask council to consider moving on to the agenda.
Sure, we will do that. So we'll move into 4.1 with Director Kennedy and the Water Conservation Plan.
Yep. Thanks, Mayor Barclay. So as per your guys' request, we have looked at the development of a water conservation plan brochure in regards to informing residents of the different programs, policies, and strategies available to them in regards to water conservation. Just a little definition in what is water conservation. So that includes all the strategies, conservation programs, policies, and rebates in order to manage freshwater resources as well as consumption. This is not intended to address the short-term water supply shortages or drought situations that may occur. This is would be to adjust, or that would be addressed under the Mount View Regional Water Service Commission's drought management strategy. So why a plan? So really there's 3 areas that we looked at for water conservation in order to educate and inform residents. First, there is the mandatory conservation that we have within our utility bylaw. There's the water conservation rebate program that we brought out last year, as well as we listed off a number of best practices for residents to use to manage water conservation. So what we are looking for is just a little bit of feedback from council in regards to if this meets your expectations, and we'll go from there.
All right. Councillor Bates, did you?
On my computer, I only got the 2 pages we're looking at here.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Did not attach. Yeah. If you like, do you want us to leave that open and we can come back to it? And
Sure.
okay.
Mayor will do a search while the agenda moves on. And
yeah, we can maybe have our delegation come up instead and we can get back to this, or
the delegation has not arrived yet. That's our,
oh, that's, yeah, okay.
that's our
Yeah, it
consultant.
is. It's our aquatic center, yes. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, we'll move on to 4.2 then, and we can come back to 4.1 when we find the attachment. So Director Kennedy, talk about tree removal at Rotary and Park then.
Yeah, I got multiple things going on this time, so, we're good there. Sorry. So, I'll just read it off here. Sorry, to council. So we have worked at, been working at a comprehensive, town of operations department has crafted a comprehensive multi-year plan aimed to enhance the existing green spaces within the community. This initiates involvement of a systematic replacement of trees within the area. In December 2023, the tree planting plan was presented to council, and in 24, the Parks Department worked on 3 of the 18 sites identified within that plan. In the fall of last year, administration submitted a grant application to complete a provincial tree planting project that was identified as Area 0, the Southwest Industrial Park, for a provincial tree planting plan. We're still waiting to hear back in regards to that grant application. The Parks Department has identified a number of trees within the area south of the Aquatic Center as being at the end of their lifespan. This is becoming high risk for tree falling, as a number of the trees are rotting within the trunks. There are approximately 312 trees within that area, of which they've identified 113 of those trees needing to be replaced and stump grinded out. We've created a plan to span over 3 years to approximately 37 trees per year to be replaced or removed, as well as then starting at replanting of that area within the second year. The proposed trees include the Princess K plum, the Parkland birch, pillar birch, the bur oak, mountain pine, and a Calmer mountain ash. This mix aims to enhance that biodiversity of the area, as they are mainly all just that poplar type of area. Yeah, that's just a few of the pictures of the existing trunks that we're looking to get rid of, as well as a number of the trees that we're proposing to get into that area. So it's a fairly big area, fairly extensive, so we thought we'd bring it back to council just for your awareness that we will be starting on that probably in the spring here.
Okay, thanks, Director Kennedy. Are we notifying residents in the area?
We will be either directly the residents to the south and probably over to the east there, we will notify them.
Okay, and question with the trees you've chosen. I'm not a horticulturist, obviously, but you know, I'm thinking about height. The trees that are going to be coming out are very tall and provide a lot of shade. So are the ones going in, like some of them, I know, call them are mountain ash, tall, thin, and spruce and stuff, but like what about shade? Like I know the ones along the west side, those were replaced, but they're smaller trees, and so we don't get the shade. And
that is why we're doing a kind of a multi-year, so that we can get areas cleared out in order to establish these newer trees into those areas.
But do they grow tall? Like
And some of them will grow tall,
Some,
the columers.
mountain ash will,
Yeah, the mountain ash.
and the spruce.
Yep, to try and have that diversity of area, of different
Yeah,
trees.
it's just so hot anymore, right? Like in the summer, you walk along 60th Avenue, and it's such a difference when you're in the sun
Yeah,
as opposed to walking underneath the tree canopy, and
right.
so it'd be a big change along there. Councillor Heistad?
Thanks, Your Worship. I think you said it best, talking to the citizens or just making sure our communications is out there. People freak out with trees, and I think the staggered approach is probably the right approach to do, but it is a, you know, it's a big whack of trees that we're replacing, and it's needed. So I think that's really important. I think it just comes down to communication on all our social medias, as well as, you know, in our local print media as well. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm also curious if the tree person, when they remove them, I see that a tree company donated a bench, I believe, to Autumn Grove, made out of probably tree trunks.
Probably.
So I'm wondering if maybe there could be some discussion around that, if I don't know what they do with the, if that's possible or not, but it might be kind of nice to maybe have a couple of benches even around that area
Right.
made out of the,
Yeah, they'll get 3 quotes in order for the removal, so yeah, we're not sure exactly who will be doing the removals, but yeah.
yeah, I don't know if that's who did it. Okay, can I please have a motion that we accept the tree removal report as information? Councillor Messaros.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I move that we accept the tree removal with Rotary and Park report as information.
Perfect, thank you. All in favor? All right, carried. You have the brochure?
We did. yeah.
Okay, perfect. We'll go back to 4.1 on the water conservation plan.
So the intent is to have this available out to residents on the website, as well as having it available at the front desk here.
Perfect. Does anybody have any questions for Director Kennedy on this brochure? Looks good. Okay, we'll just have a motion then that we accept the water conservation plan. Councillor Dunham.
Mayor Barclay, I'll make that motion.
Perfect, thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. And we will now move on to 4.3 with Director Kennedy. It's your day today.
We're busy. We've got lots of stuff planned here soon, so. This is in regards to the lane rehab program. This is our 3rd year into the program. The purpose of the program is to rehabilitate the gravel lanes, to achieve proper width, improve the sight lines, and remove the excess vegetation and overgrowth within our back lanes. Today, this year, approximately 3.7 kilometers will be completed. To date, we've done over 12 kilometers over the last 2 years. Notifications will be sent to the affected residents within the next couple weeks here, with an approximate schedule start of June and ending in July. So,
All right, does anyone have any questions about the lane rehab? No? Looks good. Just have a motion then, please.
Mayor Barclay, I would move that council accept the lane rehabilitation program update report as information.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Wing. All in favor? Okay, carried. And we'll go into 4.4 with the Napoleon South update verbal report with Director Jenkins.
Sure, so just an update for council. So as everyone's aware, Thursday is our lot draw date for Napoleon South. And tomorrow is the closing for the tender for the infrastructure install. We do anticipate multiple submissions for the tender process, and we have had uptake in all categories for the lot draw. Today's been busy, which is good. People like to leave it to the last minute. So yes, if you hear of anyone who is, well, we thought we'd wait to see how the lot draw goes, tell them they should just get in on the lot draw. But no, still looking positive for Thursday, so.
Sounds good. Thank you, Director Jenkins. Does anybody have any questions for Director Jenkins? It's an easy crowd today. No? Okay, all in favor? Or have a motion to accept Director Jenkins' report first.
I'll make that
Okay.
motion. that We accept
Thank you,
the
Councillor
report.
Bates. All in favor? Okay, thank you. And then we have another verbal report, I believe, with CEO Becker.
I'll start it off and hand it over, but this came as an informal request from council, just to look at a new tool that the administration has initiated, part of our website, just to highlight, starting off a few different projects. So we'll pull up the website, I'll let the director speak to it.
So this is our new Involve Innisfail site. So this is a platform, works on a new software we have that's called Social Pinpoint, that allows us to create these interactive projects for various things that we're doing, as opposed to creating entirely new websites within the directory of the website. Social Pinpoint offers a great array of interactive tools, whether it's surveys, interactive maps, discussion groups, things like that, will allow us to as opposed to endlessly relying on the survey for people, that we can look at some different ways to engage with folks and offer those opportunities for people to provide feedback, whether it's on specific projects like the public art or the Napoleon South development, or things that are more ongoing. It's super easy to update. It's something that we don't need our web developer or even our communication staff. Individuals can update those projects as we go. So we are looking at utilizing it for a number of projects. I think we're going to be using it for our recycling and sort of green initiatives, as well as the Aquatic Center project, so we can provide updates, those types of things. So.
All right, does anybody have any questions for Director Jenkins? Councillor Wing?
Thank you, Mayor Barclay, and through to Director Jenkins. Just my only question when I saw this, the first that I saw of it was to do with the Rotary Bike Skills Park, which was fine. But my question is, do you then have a criteria for community-based projects then that we would put on this tool? I mean, I appreciate that this is done in partnership with the town, but if other groups look at this, is there a criteria that says, yes, we would put your project on here, or no, we would not?
I don't believe at this point the intent is to utilize it for community-based projects. I know for the bike park, because of our involvement with the consultant, that we did move on some of the public consultation. Not sure if you have anything kind of to add on that, but it's not intended to be sort of open for all projects. It will be town-based projects primarily.
Councillor Heistad?
Yeah, no, I think this is a good start just to test drive. Do we know how long we're gonna evaluate it and just, you know, like, are we gonna look at it for the year and then evaluate and try to retweak it, or
Are we
just,
talking the bike park specifically, or the
no,
website as a whole?
the involved piece?
So the intent is that we'll continue to utilize it. Projects will come and go
Yeah.
off of it as we move through, but that it is a tool that
Another
we'll
tool.
utilize. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Councillor Dunham?
Oops, pardon me, Mayor Barclay. I just want to say congratulations. I think this is wonderful. I know that a lot of feedback that I've gotten, and just with my experience in web development, is that it's nice that we have pretty much a portal that gives people access, and it's not buried under other information and page down and page down. So I think this is great, and I think it'll give people a real opportunity as we get more projects to go to really be able to dive deep into them. So thank you.
All right, thank you. So we'll just have somebody make a motion to accept Director Jenkins' Involve Innisfail report. Councillor Dunham?
Mayor Barclay will make that motion.
All right, thank you. All in favor? Carried. So we will move into correspondence and information. Lots of correspondence.
Mayor Barclay, can I just ask a
Of course you
question?
can.
Just regarding the letter of support for the Legion, was there a specific reason they were looking for the letter? Does it support an application for them somewhere, or? Thank you.
Yes. I think the letter from Minister McIver on the, what is they call the elector assistance terminals. So you can use those because they're not connected to the internet, and neither were ours. So I'm curious if we could maybe get an exception. No? Okay, can always ask. Okay. Electoral boundaries, what else do we have in here? Provincial Priorities Act is interesting for everybody to be familiar with when you have time to read all that. And I'll just have somebody please make a motion that we accept the correspondence as information. Councillor Messaros?
I'll move that we accept the correspondence as information.
Thank you. All in favor? Okay, and we'll just go around the table. Councillor Dunham, do you have any updates today?
I will be submitting my report on Thursday. Just a quick update, I was away at Asia last Monday, Tuesday, and I did have the opportunity to be at the trade show this past weekend.
Perfect, thank you. Councillor Wing?
Yes, Mayor Barclay, my report will be submitted this week. Yeah, and as of this last weekend, I was at the trade show, but my report will be in the next week package. Thanks.
Okay, perfect, thanks. Councillor Heistad.
No, thanks, Your Worship. I took a break from the trade show, and I want to thank everybody for attending and just hanging out at the hospital with my dad. But things are looking up, and I'll do my report this week. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. And we're glad things are looking up. Councillor Bates.
Yeah, also, will submit my report. I will mention that the mayor and I did travel to Lacombe to deliver some jerseys, and I just wanted to mention how gracious and good-natured the Lacombe Council was. They were amazing to, well, we enjoyed probably a good hour discussion with them, so that was actually quite fun. And yeah, I'll mention another thing too. Last year it did it, and this year as well. There's a Calgary Epilepsy Association that's connected in my family in a way, and went down to that, and 250 people there. They raised $123,000 between who was there and the online and all the other stuff they did, so it was pretty amazing. And I got to witness a white hatting of a young lady that actually started that. They had the association in place, but she started this annual thing with her personal story, and got to see her get white hatted by Mayor Gondek. This week, the main thing I have is the Mountain View Water Commission AGM and monthly meetings on Wednesday.
All right, thank you. Councillor Messaros.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I'll also pass in a report this week, but just quickly attended the Senior Center and the trade show, and I just wanted to put those two together because I know that they're so pleased with us at the Senior Center, but one of the seniors who attended also came to me at the trade show and thanked us again for attending. And then I just also wanted to mention that I had to call RCMP this weekend, 911, and I just wanted to let people here know that they came in they were at my house in less than 5 minutes from that call, and just wanted to kind of, put that out there. I know we get a lot of complaints about stuff happening in town and no one's ever there, but I'm just gonna say right now, I called and they were at my place in less than 5 minutes, and extremely helpful and thorough. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good to hear. And I'll submit a report next week. So number 7, upcoming events. It's a big list, large list. Just have somebody please make a motion to accept the upcoming events. Councillor Bates.
Just before I make the motion, I'll mention too that I guess we still, if we're going to have anybody come extra to the Mountain View AGM, it would be good if I could let them know even tomorrow. But with that, I'll make the motion that we accept the upcoming events.
All right, thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. Then we'll have a motion to please go in camera. Councillor Dunham.
Mayor Barclay, I move that we go in camera.
Perfect, thank you. All in favor? Carried, thanks.